and they came to us to kind of find out what are we doing and working with this software called Odoo. We were able to win back our first ever client and bring them on.
Welcome, Cecilie. Thank you very much for joining us from Sodexis.
From Sodexis, yes. Thank you for having me.
Love to have you here. Can you please tell us about Sodexis's journey and just the story of the company?
So Sodexis started in 2006. At the time, it was implementations for any open source ERP. So clients would come to us and they'd say, we want to implement this. And we say, great, we can do that. And we would do it. Around 2012, our founder, our owner, Stefan, he was kind of looking at other options on the market and he came across Odoo and he just knew. So that same year, 2012, became an Odoo partner and switched to doing only Odoo implementations completely.
Excellent.
So we've just been rocking with it ever since.
Good. That was very, very good choice.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about the learning curve for Odoo for you and everybody at Sodexis and how that was?
So I joined Sodexis in 2018. And at the time, there was an Odoo partner dashboard that had some training videos. But we did not have Jose Ignacio at that time. So a lot of it in 2018 was testing and reading code and kind of understanding it. But Odoo's kind of built this really great platform of tools to get you on board. And with all the different updates that they've been doing, it's kind of easy to jump right in. Once you kind of understand the core of what an ERP is, right? It's to mirror what your business is doing on paper. And then you look at the really nice Odoo UI and all the nice interconnectability. You have your breadcrumbs. So we're able to onboard people kind of easily in that capacity because it's such an easy tool to use.
That's very good to hear. I mean, we feel the same way. I'm glad you also feel the same. Tell me about some of your clients. What were some memorable implementations or maybe challenges or creative solutions?
Sure. So one we like to talk about is kind of our longest standing client. So Sodexis's first ever client was on an ERP system called Compier, and it was a book company who implemented on Compier, first ever client in 2018, 2019. They realized it was time for a change and they came to us to kind of find out what are we doing. I know we talked to you 10 years ago, but what's new? And they're we're working with this software called Odoo. And we were able to win back our first ever client and bring them on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And as a book company, they kind of had to diversify what they're doing, right? Because Amazon came and all these big booms. So they have a 4-company portfolio that we were able to bring all of them onto Odoo.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How complicated was that? Or what kind of unique challenges did you see with that?
Yeah, so with them, we actually built out a custom EDI app. It was before Odoo had kind of out of the box EDI. And so we were able to build a framework of an XML connector. So that was really cool to kind of get their automation where they needed to be. But really the biggest thing with them was the historical data. So we're talking years and years all the way back to at least 2006, right? So trying to figure out the right way to get those things structured so that they can keep all the information that they need from their client base and build it forward. So we actually created a custom import tool for that process too, that kind of enabled the customer to map some of their own data since they know it well enough. And we still utilize that tool to this day.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Big catalog of products. So they're always kind of having to do something.
Mm-hmm. Do you specialize in any specific types of industry or some kind of niche that you can tell us about?
Yeah, sure. So we really do manufacturing and distribution, but where that kind of lies is my personal niche, where I feel the backbone of a good implementation is accounting. So I would say that we are accounting experts, especially as it relates to inventory. And so to take full advantage of Odoo, I feel you really do have to have that good understanding, the right configuration, get everything set up properly. And so I feel that's where our biggest assets kind of come to the table.
Very cool. Yeah, a lot of people are a big fan of the accounting and manufacturing.
Yeah, everything being interconnected. Yeah, and
you gotta pricing.
You gotta know how to read the information, get it in the right place, pull it where you need it. So yeah, really cool stuff.
So with the keynote today, were you at the keynote this morning?
Yes, I was.
So What in Odoo 18 are you most excited about that you learned about today?
Oh, so much.
Oh, that's great. That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, yeah. The budgeting tool looks awesome. I'm
Mhm.
really excited for those improvements to kind of come forward. And this move that Odoo's doing to kind of consolidate, well, it's the wrong word to use, but remove the consolidation app and kind of consolidate at the account level
Mhm.
is like a dream. I think that that is the right direction, like kind of putting things that make sense in place. And that's like a testament to what Odoo does, right? Like version after version, you guys are learning and like bringing
Mhm.
things that make sense to the table. And so I'm really excited about that. Um, Another plug, we do a lot of intercompany stuff.
Okay.
So multi-company environments. So that just like really got me excited. Yeah.
Excellent. What is your favorite Odoo app? If you had to pick just one.
Oh, wow.
I know that's a hard one.
Yeah. It's accounting. I know that I'm really pushing the accounting
It's
here,
important, you know?
but in doing implementations and kind of seeing the other systems that people are using, anywhere from like QuickBooks to Zero, like Odoo accounting just outshines it all for me. And
Excellent.
I just really feel like the core of a good implementation is to have all that in place.
How does Odoo outshine the competitors in accounting then?
Um, Easy UI. The bank statement reconciliation is a breeze. Having everything kind of interconnected, being able to access uh, the accounting consequences of a move that you're doing, like it all just makes sense. It all flows. It balances, if you will.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. If you could pick three of your favorite aspects of Odoo that helped fuel your company's growth, what do you think they would be?
Um, Definitely the fact that it's open source, like being able to take Odoo's base and just take it to the next level for our clients is really big reason that I think even Odoo is as successful as it is, right? It's just really cool to see what you can do with it. Um, Also, through the way that Odoo's kind of like built out their partnership program, it's really cool to have direct access to like a contact at Odoo. Shout out to Tyler, he's our partner representative.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout outs are encouraged and
So
allowed.
being able to, yeah, give good feedback and the fact that Odoo listens to it. This is where we'll have to cut. Oh, I got it. The community. So Odoo has just this incredible community. Another shout out to Oka, who's always putting out really good apps that just kind of uh, increase the usability and like also getting the opportunity to contribute back to the community every time we build something that just makes sense and having a place to offer that to other people that use Odoo.
Right. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants Odoo to be better and have
Yeah.
every Odooer have a better experience.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is-
And again, I think that's why it is what it is today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, do you know about all of our documentation and tutorials? And does that help you out with any special projects?
What is
or
it? Docs.odoo.com. I
Yep.
got it memorized.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah. No, again, having started in 2018, like the journey of Odoo documentation, where it is now, it's so helpful. Finding like these niche features that I didn't know existed. If I kind of just do a deep dive into the documentation, it's really helpful. Yeah.
What was the last thing you found that you were like, oh,
I found in the 17.4 release the new support for Canadian vendor payments.
okay.
Yeah, I was doing some research trying to find a good solution. We always try to vet what's out there before we're going to customize something, and I was able to find that in the 17.4 release in the Odoo documentation.
That's awesome.
Yeah. More about Odoo being for everyone. We actually sponsor an Odoo community project. So run completely on Odoo community. It's called Free Food Alert. And so what it does is it enables universities to set up a program at their schools where anytime there's some sort of a catering event and there's food left over, instead of throwing all that food away, it sends out an alert to the students on campus where they can come and get free food.
That's
Yeah,
really
and it's
cool.
run completely on Odoo Community. It uses the events app and the marketing app. It even and e-learning, because there is a kind of training that people that want to give out free food have to go through, make sure everything's in line. You can't give out food that's been sitting out for longer than X number of hours, etc. But yeah, just a really cool thing. Like Odoo is for everything.
That is the best. It's the giving back.
It's the giving back. Yeah, it was insane.
You should proactively talk about that food picture. Be like, hey, did you notice this? Ask us.
Yeah, well, since we got all these other crazy things, we brought. I mean, maybe I could have talked about this. I don't know if we're still recording. Sorry, they're a really good one to talk about.
Okay,
we should talk about it. So Kiosk Group was really unique in that when we implemented them, we had to kind of come up with a way to manage their really in-depth catalog. So we did the math, and if you were to try to create all the possible variations of the things that they could build, it was a number in the billions.
Okay.
Yeah. So really, really unique stuff. So trying to get that mapping right was tedious. We really had to kind of go into like the depths of their process. And it's funny because they're here with us today and they're telling me they're going to hire me for their sales team because I know their product so well. They brought them there and I'm like, yeah, this is a countertop kiosk. It has a customizable bezel graphic. It's because I remember keying them into their bill of material and making sure that we had the right setup. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, are you gonna jump ship with them? Or are you gonna?
No. My heart is with Odoo. Yeah, no. Sodexis, I love you.
Yeah. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you.
So nice to talk to you.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your community
days. Thank you.